common theme in most compassing on goal setting is the requirement to follow your enthusiasms. Do the things that make you wish to get up early in the early morning. There's only one thing missing out on. What if you don't have any passions? I'm sure everyone on this world has interests. But that's not the exact same thing. Enjoying playing computer game isn't like investing thousands of hours developing your own. Your passion has to be something you would work incredibly hard for. So what do you do if there is absolutely nothing you feel that engaged about? The way to start isn't with a survey. A great deal of career assistance involves determining your present abilities and personality, and then choosing what you would be most suited for. I don't like this technique because people are complex, and any test will eventually be a gross simplification of what is essential to you and what you like to do. I once heard a story about a wealthy lady who was trying to find a spouse. She invested over $20,000 on a series of psychological studies to match her with potential candidates. She fulfilled separately with the lots candidates that were her finest match. After all that money and effort, she chose she didn't like any of them. 6 months later, she was engaged to someone she had fulfilled arbitrarily at a bar. Moral: people don't know what they desire up until they see it. The truth is, I do not believe any questionnaire can inform you what you're going to be actually engaged about. I'd rather explore lots of extremely different activities than restrict my scope just because a test stated I wouldn't like it. How to find your passions. The better approach to finding your enthusiasms is really fairly simple. 1. Try a great deal of different things. 2. See what you take pleasure in. The biggest challenge to conquer is a narrow vision of what you can do. If I wasn't passionately interested in anything, I'd try to cast a large web to take a look at lots of different activities. Staying safe and familiar is the reason I'm tired, so now is the time to experiment. Messing around is essential to the art of discovering what drives you. Dabbling methods dedicating to something for 3 to 6 months. This quantity of time isn't enough to end up being actually good at anything, but it is enough time to get over the sharp knowing curve in the beginning. I didn't take pleasure in configuring for the first few months I dealt with it. I didn't understand enough, and it was too aggravating to continue. Once I overcame the frustration barrier, I found that programs is an activity I truly take pleasure in. If you do not have any project that makes you want to get up early and sacrifice leisure for, you must start dabbling. Find new activities totally outside your comfort zone you can do for a few hours a week and dedicate for a minimum of 2 months. Often you need a glow. Often the problem with an enthusiasm isn't the activity, but the objective. I took pleasure in working on small self-made tasks. But it wasn't till I saw that individuals in fact made self-run businesses out of those efforts that I became truly engaged. Till that point, my goal was just to meddle something fun. After that point, I recognized there was room for a difficult objective I had not considered before. Equally essential to meddling activities is to meddle experiences. Meet individuals from odd and special backgrounds. Read books that don't usually appear on your rack. Randomness increases the opportunity that a person of your interests will be stimulated into something more. Always try to find more. Messing around is a constant procedure. Dedicating yourself to one objective is good, but that ought to still leave time for short experiments. If you're constantly messing around, you have a big base of passions you can